to the channel. My name's Dino, this is my partner Adam, and our fur baby Twyla. We love travelling in our Ford Transit camper van, travelling in our Jimny and doing tent camping, and occasionally staying at an Airbnb. So if you like free camping, paid camping, camping tips and tricks, camp cooking ideas, and the good old country bakery, you've come to the right channel. So if you like what you see, press the subscribe button and come with us as we travel Australia one town at a time. Now let's get into this episode. We've just arrived to Wentworth in New South Wales on the Victorian border to New South Wales, and pretty excited about being here. We are in our van, but we're retiring the van for this episode because we're going to be
in a motel.
Adam wants to stay in a motel. We've been on the road for quite a while, so we thought we would get a motel for the night and just enjoy a real bed. And I even put a request in for a spa. And my request has been, I said to Adam, I'm not going anywhere unless I have a spa and a pool. But we have all that. So we're going to head there now.
And we have been in this town before. We had done an episode just solely on the jail, which we'll put at the end of this episode. But in this, we're going to also visit the jail too.
Yeah, we'll go back to the jail and show you everything else you can do in this town, because we didn't give it justice, because all we did was the jail. Very good thing to go to. But yeah, we'll be doing a whole lot more. All right, let's head to the... Is it a motel or hotel?
Motel.
Let's head to the motel. This will probably be the shortest tour I've ever done because it's one bedroom, bed, and then you got your fridge, TV, mirror, cupboards, and over here, pet friendly, like I said, and a couple of chairs, spa, and then you got your shower and bathroom. So there you go, one bedroom, and, oh, wait for it, just outside this window, we've even got the swimming pool. Watch out. All right, we have arrived late, so we've walked just around the corner to Crown Hotel. They've let us in their backyard. They've got like a courtyard here, and they're doing meals here tonight. So Adam's just going to get the menu, and we're going to have a drink and just enjoy the night. So I've put my hands on the menu, and if you want to have a look at this, I'll just go over a bit slow. But yeah, really good prices. So our meals are here. I got the chicken salad. Looks pretty cool. Smells good. And what did you get, Adam?
I got the chicken laksa curry.
Chicken what? Laksa
Chicken laksa
curry. Ooh, looks good. Wow, we just finished our meals and that was delicious. It was nice being able to sit out here. Met a few of the locals that came out. I'm just finishing my beer. Adam's gone in to pull a hammy on the pokies. And so he's going to have a go at that. I'm out here with Twyla, and we're going to head back to the hotel after this. I've just made myself a coffee and I'm getting a plan organised. We got this from the reception area, and it just has pretty much everything nearly you can do in the town and surrounds. So I'm just going to check over that. I got myself a coffee and a couple of biscuits, as you can see. Yes, I'm just going to go over this. So that's the map of the town and all the different things you can see. And then they've got this that gives you more information about the town. Now that I've finished my coffee, I've got the job of trying to get Twyla and Adam up. Now this is not an easy job. All right, we are up and out. Adam is up. How are you feeling, Adam? After you sleep last night with Twyla?
Yeah, not that good.
Yes, Twyla was kept waking up last night because she was in an unfamiliar place. And at one stage you were even thinking about going in the van and sleeping, weren't you?
Yeah, for a moment.
Yeah. One thing we've already noticed in this town is some beautiful old buildings. So we'll make sure we show you as many as we can. 1881 this one was from. All right, we're going to start off at Wentworth Place, looking for a coffee and maybe something to eat. I'm loving this silhouette cutout of a cowboy just standing here. Look at him. It's awesome. Alright, Adam's gone in the cafe, but check out these chains. They reckon that they're for clearing the land, so the tractors drag them along and they clear the land. They're huge.
So what started as...
What did you get?
What started as one thing, which was coffees.
Yeah.
Then we've seen the little mini bite-size.
I knew you'd like those.
Slices.
Yeah, they're perfect size.
So I've got you a wagon wheel one.
Oh, wagon wheel. Ooh, it's a
'Cause they're
wagon wheel.
not-
Oh, that
they're
looks so
not-
good.
That's for you.
Right, yeah.
And then I got for me
What you get?
lemon slice, mint slice,
Oh, yep, lemon slice.
and
then what else did you get?
then something savoury. Just a couple. Of
How's that for your
pies.
breakfast?
One
Oh,
each.
very
Do
good.
one each.
Oh, nice, yeah. Never seen a wagon wheel slice. These are delicious. I think every bakery needs to start making these. This slice is getting a King Dino's thumbs up just for being this slice. It's delicious. The cafe's even got a room next door they've decorated for Easter that you can eat in. And then just behind me, they've got a human size bunny and a lady dressed up in all Easter outfit with an Easter basket. I'm loving all their Easter decorations. And the kids can come and get a photo. How cute is this? I should get Twyla in here. Alright, we asked the owners and they let us get a photo of Twyla. She's been such a good girl. Sitting there in the chair. Smile, Twyla. And she doesn't mind at all. Oh, here she comes. Okay, our first stop after the bakery is the Military Museum. We're going to go in here and take a look. We're going to see if we can take Twyla in with us. Don't know like our chances, but we'll see how we go.
We've got various areas which are shown on this map. So we've got the World War One section, and the Boer War just around the corner there in the replica bunker. The World War Two section, we've got some Vietnam and Korea in this area here. This area here is more about the Gulf Wars and the peacekeeping operations.
Yep.
And then we move into the more modern conflicts in the Middle East, the operations Catalyst and Slipper.
Wow.
Okay.
How long has this been here?
In this site,
Yeah.
with the current setup, it's been since 2018, but the things, the museum itself has been in operation since about 2012, I think, 2013, something like that. Yeah, so it's been around for a while. So I'll give you that. Now, that also gives you a guide to all of the various audio points, which I'll also explain in a sec, in case there's anything you particularly wanted to go to.
Okay.
Okay. So one way these work is the sensors in the roof. They'll work out where you are in the museum and give you a audio file relating to that. So
Yep.
You ready, Adam? Get those headphones. And what's good, I didn't film this before, but what's really good about these, put them on, Adam. And
Take my hat off.
you can leave your hats here if you want to, that's fine.
yeah, and so once they're on, if I want to talk to Adam, they sit far enough away
Yeah,
from
they'll be
ears
sitting off your ears.
that we can still communicate to each other.
Well, that's also
Yeah.
it's also specifically created for people who've got things like hearing aids and so
Oh,
forth.
yeah.
Obviously, it's not going to interfere with those.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
So
They've thought of everything. As you walk around the museum, if you want to know more about what is in the showcases, they have these here that you just tap the phone like that and it tells you more about the actual things that are in the showcase. This is probably one of my favourites so far. This one's another very interesting display, Adam.
This was about the Holocaust, just mentioning that there's like over 6 million people had died in the Holocaust. That's someone's armband when they were in the ghettos. So it's actually real.
Yeah, that's
And
unbelievable.
this is someone's, the Polish, they were awarded this pin and cross for surviving the Holocaust.
as you come around to this part of the museum, there's all the different uniforms. And then down here, they've actually even got a little something about MASH, the TV show, and how successful it was. I remember watching it as a kid. Now, this is very interesting. So this is a 24-hour pack that the troops will take with them. And it's got all Adam's favourite things, like M&Ms. This is definitely, I'd probably have to get a few extra. I'd probably swap them out for those and get a few extra coffees. But yeah, and it shows you all the different things they get, from protein shakes and protein bars and food. So yeah, I'll just zoom in so you can actually see some of the contents of what's in the pack.
It's actually pretty good. 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours, Adam. Could you live off that?
That's probably too much.
Too much for you? Oh, you could live out for 48 hours. This is the best toothpaste I've ever seen. No, I'm joking, it's not toothpaste, it's jam. Look at that. Another one of my favourites, the Bega. Also, if you want something to remember your visit, they do have a gift shop at the front. What a fantastic experience. Definitely recommending this. And I want to give this place a Kingdom Nose thumbs up. For a small place, it packs a punch. It is amazing. And definitely take advantage of the headsets to get the whole experience, because without doing that, you'll be in and out in no time. But they have some fantastic stories on there, and you could spend hours in there. Absolutely hours listening to these stories. So make sure you get yourself a lot of time before heading in there and enjoy it. All right, can you believe we've had the cafe, we had that, just had that experience there, and now they've even got an art and crafts shop where all the locals sell their arts and crafts. So I'm going to go and take a look, and this is all just across the road from where we're staying. All right, I picked up a few goodies. I got some salt, which is from around here, not far, and have that with a bit of oil and Sylvanic vinegar and some really nice crusty bread. You're going to have yourself a nice snack. Or when people come around to your house, you can offer it to them. And this, can you guess who this is for? We thought we'd buy this for Rob and Laura. If you've seen them on our episodes before, they've just travelled around Australia, and they called their van the Quokka van. So we got that for them. Maybe they can keep this on the couch to remember them of their trip around Australia. So yeah, meet the Quokkas. All right, we're about to head across to the Wentworth Visitor Centre. This is only a new building, and well, an old building, but new location for these guys. It's been here about 6 months, one of the locals told us. So we're going to go in there and check that out. But before we do, this is behind me. This is the old post office. I'll turn the camera around in a sec to show you. Beautiful building, and then they've got a war memorial kind of just here. So here, this is in the gardens of the post office, and I'll just walk around to the front of the building so I can show you. Another beautiful old building. All right, let's go in and take a look. The visitor centre. So they have quite a fair bit underneath this roof. These are the things they've got here. And unfortunately, no dogs allowed, but they do have a chair out here with some water in it for your pooch, which is nice. So one of the things they do have in here is an awesome display of paddle steamers. So you can see them here, and a whole heap of information about the history of them. Also, they have a display and stories of the Wentworth First Nations people. Boomerangs on display, and all beautifully painted. Also some spears. So many fantastic history boards of just things about the area, the river, and then just the way they got it set up, and all these, look above, you can see the reflection in the water. Above the cafe, they've got a cafe here. You can see there's leaves on the roof. It's just really impressive. This tree shows you how the First Nations people made canoes. So you can see there, they've removed some of the bark to make a canoe. Even got themselves a tractor. Kids can play and drive their own tractor to get the experience of it. And then they've got stuff on wartime as well in here. Oh, we've even got a paddle steam driver. They've even got a spot you can come and watch a movie about the area, and through here's the library. And you can walk through the library out to the deck to see the river. Absolutely stunning out here. You've got some wood carvings. Check this out. We used to catch these as kids. And well, there's some ants. There's plenty of ants around here. And then look where they lead to. How awesome is that? And then just behind you can see the river. Beautiful. Oh, look at this. Stunning. And they've even got seating out here. This is gorgeous. And just over here, there is a steamboat. So, paddle steamer, sorry. So we'll head over there and check that out next. What a great place. People are just loving having the cafe in here and sitting around and enjoying all these all interactive displays. It's fantastic. And what a great photo this is. Also, they've got a display of photography here, so you can come in and check it out. It's a great exhibition. This would have to be one of the cutest pictures here. Look at this. How cute. And look at this one of the dog. Another cute picture. A little kid and his dog. Oh, these are so good. Look at this. I'd love to go visit there. Look at the old clothesline. But this is the exhibition they've got on at the moment. All right. So here's our first paddle steamer we're looking at. Obviously we can't go on there, but it looks like this one has actual rooms that you could stay on, and that's the name of it there. Get some nice views crossing the river. So I've headed across the bridge to come check out PS Ruby. So we'll get up close and personal with her in a sec. But then over here we've got a few different other things that got around, parts of an old bridge. Some sort of statue. We'll find out who that actually is. And also some farming equipment, it looks like, and an old shack or a house. It's pretty much an outdoor museum. How cool is this? Doesn't cost you anything. And they do have play equipment here for the kids and an undercover barbecue area. All right, so this is Ruby here. And I love how they've actually done a part of the fence so you can stick your camera through there and get a photo. They've got a huge steam engine on display. And then over here it looks like it's farming equipment. So bits and pieces of farming equipment, including a tractor. All right, and they've even got the first courthouse built in 1863. 1972, it was relocated. So this is it here. There is so much history around here. So this is one of the hydraulic cylinders I think, that lift the bridge. So if I come down to this photo, you'll see the bridge being lifted so the houseboats and things can get through underneath. Look, that's back in the day, and then that's now. So this is one of them. So you can see it's on its side, but you can see that's the part that comes out of this to lift the bridge up. Now I've seen a view on a pole, I think in Denny, and now I'm seeing a tractor on a pole in Wentworth. What a fantastic story. So they use these tractors to make the levees even higher to save the town. Check out that. If you want to pause and have a read. And that's why this monument of the tractor is here on the pole. Oh, some great history in this park. And then this is part of an old bridge as well, but it doesn't actually have a sign unless I've missed it. Lastly, in this area, we're coming to say hello to Mr. Possum. That's this gentleman here. He's life size. He's a little bit taller than Adam. Adam's pretending he's Mr. Possum. But Mr. Possum, how long did he live, Adam?
I don't know how long he lived for, but
no,
he was living in this region for 50 years as basically a hermit. He lived in the trees, swam in the rivers. He'll do odd work for farmers for food and clothing.
But otherwise, he didn't really have much human contact.
No.
And he just pretty much lived off the land and lived in the trees.
And that was in the the Great Depression.
Yeah, through the Great Depression.
He was begrudged by life from the Great Depression.
Oh.
And he was sick of everything, so he lived in the trees.
Oh, there you go. He lived in the trees.
Some people do that now.
Some people are doing that now.
Yeah.
And if you put in, we haven't got 20 cents, but if you pop in 20 cents in there, press the button, and it tells you the story of him, Mr. Possum. So crossing back over the Darling River, and it does lift at these times of the day. So if you're driving through, you might have to have a bit of a delay. But hopefully we get to see it lift. I doubt we will, but hopefully we do. Would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? So this is where it actually lifts. The bridge actually all lifts here. It'd be so interesting to see it lift up, but we won't be probably seeing that today. So that's where we ate last night. We're in Darling Street, so we're just going to head down and might get a drink somewhere. Alright, this looks like an interesting shop. Curly Tree. They got their windows decorated for Easter also. Look at this. How nice is their display? Alright, we're at the Royal Hotel. We're thinking maybe this would be a good spot for lunch or dinner. And it is pet friendly. And if you walk through here, they've got all plants. I think there's like plant sales on the left and then the beer gardens on the right down the back. Alright, Adam liked it out the back, but we're not going to show you now because we're thinking this is going to be our spot. We're going to come back for dinner because we would love to see the water while we're eating dinner tonight and maybe even catch the sunset. Alright, and in the same street there is a paddle steamer exhibition. So it's open today, so I'm going to go in and check it out. So besides two of the paddle steamers, all of these are made by Rodney Hobbs. He's done such a fantastic job. These can take up to 500 hours to make, and it's incredible the amount of work that goes into them. They're made from paddle pop sticks to matchsticks, even things you would use in plastering to make little wire fences. It's just incredible. You can kind of work out some things, but otherwise it's all very just clever how he's thought it through to make these. This one he has here, he made for his mum, and this is her in the picture standing on the real paddle steamer. It's free to look around, and you can give a donation on your way out, but definitely worth coming to see. Alright, we're gonna have lunch at the hotel bistro next door to where we're staying. I've got to get the name of it because it doesn't actually have it up there, but it's literally next to where we're staying. Alright, we're gonna head through to the beer garden. What a great beer garden. Got the whole, look, there's a stage here for music. They've got a big fireplace there. It's really cool, isn't it? And this is the menu if you want to have a look. And entrees. And they do kids meals as well. Oh, also, if you like pool, they've got a pool table. And look, even a game for Adam to play. So Adam, I thought you were going to only get half a serve. It looks like a full serve to me.
Well, it does.
And what'd you get?
Beef schnitzel, chip salad.
Yep. And what sauce?
A mushroom.
Oh, mushroom sauce. That looks good. I don't know how you're going to eat dinner tonight.
I know.
And then I got a bruschetta. So it's just like a Turkish bread, It's got tomato, onion, bit of cheese, what is that? Feta cheese, and Sylvanic vinegar. I've got a bit of a theme in this town. Last night I had the Sylvanic vinegar on my chicken salad. Now I've got it on this. All right, we've headed out now in the van. Now, literally, we could have walked here, but we want to go to a few other places, so we did pick up the van. But we're at the Old Wentworth Gaol. Now, we have been here before. We've had an episode on just the jail, and also it was originally in our Mildura episode. We came out here, saw the jail, and went back to Mildura. But I wanted to pop it in this episode because it is a big part of this town. So let's go in and take a look. So here's the entrance of the jail, and it's open 7 days a week, 10 to 4, and you can go in there, do a self-guided tour. So just go through here. There's no dogs allowed, but that's okay. I'm going to go in by myself to show you guys. All right, before we head through to the jail itself, we'll go into the jail kitchen. They've got one of the cooks here, cooking up a storm, and you can see the old oven there. Now I'm going to head through to the prison. Look at this door. Pretty hard to break out of that one. And then as well, you got the bars as well. Look at that. And then we come out to the courtyard. All right, and then I can tell you what is what. So in front of us, these are the male cells. So we'll go inside and have a look. And I remember the last time we were here, we could actually go inside this one here. They've changed it up a bit. They've actually got prisoners in there now. Look at that. And some of these are haunted. There are spirits in this jail. Oh, it's quite scary actually. It looks like they've completely changed it from the last time we were here with lots of setups. Also, we've got a flogging rack here. That doesn't look too fun at all. Being down this end of the prison, it's quite scary. And especially when you're by yourself. I'd love to come here at night and see what it's like. All right, now that we're out of the men's cells, this is alongside the men's. And then we're heading down towards the women's cells. Unfortunately, we can't go up in the towers because they've been deemed unsafe. But they say they're as sturdy as an ox, but we can't go up there. But this fence was built, they don't know if this was built to keep the women in or keep the women out. So we'll head on into the women's prison. There it is, the women's cells, just in case you didn't know. And we'll head in and have a look and see what they're up to. Imagine being locked away in that. But if you want to see what it's like, you can open it up and go on in. And just hope that no one locks you in. Oh my God, somehow I have actually locked myself in. I'm the only person in this prison besides the guy running it at the top. I'm joking. Okay, that was a really, really bad joke. But anyway, and here are the women that is hanging out in this cell down here. This one's having a bit of a sleep. By the way, after this, I'm going to the Pioneer Museum, which is across the road. So if you buy your ticket at one or the other, you can buy one for the other place and you get a reduced price. So I've brought 2 tickets, one for here and one across the road. If you're a bad prisoner, out here in this courtyard, you would be handcuffed to this chain, or maybe leg, I don't know, hand or leg. And you'll be left out here in the hot sun for not doing your jobs. And it looks like this might have been a similar thing. Oh, imagine being tied to this all day in the hot sun. Oof. Yeah, so it's just a sign about the prisoners would be locked to the chain on this tree. Look at this. And I don't think this tree's going anywhere soon. Being the only one here at the moment is quite creepy. I can really sense something and some, yeah, like I said, creepy. But in here, they have different badges, guns, but I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you. In this room, there's quite a bit of history. So it's got a lot of badges from police force, fire brigade, things like that, uniforms. And then over here has some stories about different criminals who are wanted. And then over here just has a lot of more history about the jail, about different jails. And then over here they've got things like old guns and the old handcuffs, and again badges. And up here they've even got more guns, some bullets. And lastly, in here they have articles of the Possum Man. So we just saw his statue, and we didn't have the 20 cents to find out the story, but Adam kind of filled you in. Definitely going to have to do more research on this Possum Man. I'd love to know more about him. There's plenty of stuff here as well, but like this whole article's about him and what he did, where he went. This must have been him when he was younger. And then this photo here must have been what they got that photo to make his statue that we saw of him. And there's even pictures of his funeral. Really, really interesting. And then we've got the front gate. So now we're behind it. So these gates here, they'd normally be locked. And then this is where the new prisoners will come through the front gate, or anything else they need in the prison, come through here. That would be locked. And then this would open up once these doors were locked. So no one could get out. Look at that. All right, we better head across the road to the other museum now. What a fantastic bit of history. You definitely got to come down and check this place if you're here. You'd be mad not to. Or if you are a bit mad, they might lock you up. But anyway, now we're going to head across to the Pioneer Museum and see what that's all about. So the first thing I was greeted with as I walked into the Pioneer Museum was this statue of the Possum Man. So I'm going to press the button and see what his story is.
He was born David James Jones in New Zealand in 1901 and came to Australia at the age of 27 to seek his fortune as a shearer. He died under a bush near the Murray River in July 1982 after spending 54 years as a bush recluse. This is the story of the possum.
Last thing I thought I'd be seeing in this museum is dinosaurs, but here we are. They've got these mega beasts that roamed the world around Australia a very, very long time ago. As you can see here, these are all from this area. How's that? Check out this Murray cod. It's still alive today. Joking.
It'll be 45 years old.
Yeah, 45.
Yeah, theoretically.
Yeah. Was caught in 71.
You'll know some of these notes, but these ones down here, I'm about having them back in primary school. So it's a bird's eye view of Wentworth. This is one huge painting. Look at this. Would have taken a while to do that. This is one of the photos we saw before, with them using the tractors to build the levees. When the floods came, they all chipped in, all the farmers, everyone was to help protect the town from flooding. And here's one of those tractors that saved the day. Look at that. Got plenty of different buggies up to actual automobiles. Look at this. Now, can you guess what this is? This is the old speaker to the Wentworth Picture Theatre. So, how it worked was on the back. So this was the actual part that made the noise. And then it got projected through there, the noise. They got pictures of old famous actors. And here you go. Then we've got an Indigenous display here. Oh, I don't think Twyla's too happy with that. Twyla, what's that? You gonna bark at it? You gonna bark? Oh. What do you think, Twyla? No, not for you? And that is P.S. Ruby, who we just saw today. And Adam's got a book there when she was in her glory. And look at this one, Adam. One been on fire, imagine that. Oh God, you're going to get off that one, it's quick. But yeah, there's a lot of history here about the paddle steamers as well. Alright, if you've been watching our channel for a while, you know Adam and I love getting our photos with things like, you know, you got the big banana. The other week we had the big pelican. Now, I think it's the big yabby. It's just been pulled apart and waiting to be put back together. It needs some loving. But pop down below if you know if this was a yabby or a crayfish or what it was. I think I've got a feeling, Adam's saying it's a yabby. I think for this area it makes sense to be a yabby. But if anyone knows, or if anyone's got a picture when it was assembled back in the day in its heyday. But even if we don't know, I think whoever owns this needs to put it back together so I can come back and get a proper picture with it. But I'm just getting ahead of myself before it's done. Look, it's got, looks like it's had 3 legs out there. That looks like a big claw. And it is blue. Yabbies blue? I think they are when you boil them. Yeah, that definitely looks a bit like a yabby. The little, look at that. Anyway, we'll find out one day maybe. All right, now, just down the road from there, everything is in walking distance. It's fantastic. But again, we've got the van with us this time. We've come to this lookout. As you can see, Adam's just climbing up it now with Twyla. And once we're up there, hopefully it's not too windy, Adam will explain what we're looking at. All right, I think Adam's holding Twyla now. She's got a little bit scared of the height.
You've got the Murray and the Darling rivers. This is the joining point or the conjunction of the two. And these are the two of Australia's longest rivers.
Yes.
So this is why Wentworth was so important back in its heyday. And there was a time where the Wentworth Pier, which the wharf that we had seen just below the bridge we walked over prior, they had like over 30 paddle steamers there at one time in their paddle steamer heyday. But yeah, for environmentalist reasons, it's a important location. Depending on the sunlight, you can see, because there's 2 types of river, I guess one's more clay-based, and there's, between the 2 rivers, there's discoloration, so one's a different colour to the other side.
Like the Spice Girls said, we're to become one. Such a good singer. Now I know Adam's getting older, he's spotting birds. Look out there. We don't know what type of bird it is. So let me see if I can zoom in more.
It's a yellow-breasted rosella or an Adam?
Oh, Adam, are you guessing or what? If it is, I'll give you credit.
Yellow rosella.
Comment down below and tell us what you think it is. Adam reckons it's a yellow-breasted rosella, and there's another one just there.
Right.
Oh, you are right. Are they from around this area?
Green rosella.
What is it? A green rosella?
I've got it here.
Wait, yellow with blue and grey.
See, that's it right there.
Oh yeah, you reckon that's it?
That's it, a green rosella.
Oh, there you go, guys. He reckons he's right.
You can't. Can you
Trust me, if you're not right, they'll tell you.
There, it's there. Look.
Yeah, it looks like it. He has to carry Twyla because she gets scared, and she really doesn't like the heights. I thought I'd just show you this billboard. From the sky, you can see the 2 rivers. Okay, we've just driven 10 metres out of 10 metres. 10 minutes out of town to the, I was calling them the Perry Hills. Oh, that would taste delicious. I love Perry. No, what are they called?
The Perry Sandhills.
The Perry-
These sandhills were apparently formed after the Ice Age, or
After the
something
Ice
like
Age.
that. So like 40-odd thousand years ago, if I read correctly. I might have got this wrong, but in this area there was they'd found enlarged fauna, so enlarged mammals that are now extinct. And actually, the animals that we've seen in the Pioneer Museum.
Oh, were they here?
Yeah, they had some of those animals here.
Oh, there you go.
And there's a tree here that is called God's tree.
Is it as
And
in God tree? Like in God's tree? As
don't
in
know.
Jesus, God?
No, God.
No?
God.
Okay.
Pick a God. But
Okay.
I don't know. But,
God's tree.
but yeah, this God's tree is called God's tree. It's over 500 years old. The trunk is actually buried in the sand dunes. So if we do find it, we'll actually be in the canopy of the tree.
And we haven't seen any signs saying dogs can't come here. So, fingers crossed, Twyla can come. And we're going to go out there now. We didn't know how windy it was going to be, so we thought we'd film this in the car before heading out, or in the van, I should say.
See how we go.
There are some drop toilets here too, so if you need to go to the blue, that is there. And there is a bit of shelter with some information about this place, which I'll just take you over to now. So this is the information board, and this was what Adam was saying, how we just saw them at the museum. So they were found here. This is what it looks like from above. It's like a big sand pit.
I've got my eras wrong. It says there 50,000 years since the presence of megafossils. Okay, so disregard. Well, this was an ice age area, many more years than that.
Yeah.
Prior. But the animals are around from 50,000 years ago.
Yeah, and then they do this, I think that was the festival that was on the poster board that I showed you guys earlier. That they, look at that.
Oh,
Looks
yeah,
like
God
a
tree.
And then yes, but this is what we're going to go see, the God tree. Now I don't quite know what these are, but there's some sort of wild fruit. Yeah, they're like little watermelons. Some have been eaten up there. But look at them. How interesting are these? Let me see. I don't want to break any but look at this. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to find out what they actually are. Look, there's a whole heap there. The sand is just so fine. I feel like it's so weird. It feels like we've just come in the middle of a desert. Out there is where we've come from. So we've come from the town, and it's all, kind of bushy, scrubby farmland. And then you hit these sand dunes. It's so weird. We're heading up to the God tree now. All right, so here we are up in the God tree. And we say up in because, so this is the top of the tree. And then underneath is the rest of the tree. It's all buried. It's all been buried. So you can see how high we're up here. And the whole tree's been buried. So you actually get to stand among the canopies, among the top of the trees. And you can check out the view from here, which is absolutely spectacular. I was saying to Adam, if we had stuck around, which we want to go for dinner later, but if we had stuck around, we could have seen the sunset from here, which would look amazing. It would look absolutely incredible, I reckon. But these are the views, and we did it. I've just spotted a whole heap of kids, adults, I don't know what they are. They're so far away, but they're over in the distance and they're sliding down on pieces of wood, I think they are, like toboggans, down the side of the hill. How fun would that be? A little bit far for us to walk right now, but yeah, that would be so much fun. There's one thing I want to do before we leave is pick up some of this sand and just look how fine it is. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Pretty steep hill they're going down. Twyla wants to eat the fruit. Twyla,
Oh my God.
it's not your dinner time. Look at her trying to eat the fruit.
Completely,
Oh, the sand's going in your shoes, Adam. There he goes. Now it's my turn. Oh, alright, nearly at the van. Let's go. Oh my God, my feet are totally covered in sand. I've got so much sand in my shoes, it's not funny. Oh my lord. Now we understand why these tables are here. So you need to sit down to be able to empty out your shoes. There's so much sand in there. Okay, it's Adam's turn now. I think mine were worse. All right, we're back. We're just going to have a bit of a chill out, feed Twyla, and then we're going to go out for dinner. Oh, look, she's even got a bit of garnish on her dinner tonight. It's all poshy tonight.
There you go.
In our spa hotel. There we go. Yeah, loves it. In a new bowl.
Are you liking it, Twyla?
Yeah. All right, it is darker than last night, heading out. And we're heading up a bit later. And we're heading to the pub that we went to today. This is the third pub we do. So we've done a pub crawl in this town, really. It's the, oops, sorry there. Third pub in this town for dinner now. So here we are at the Royal Hotel, all nicely lit up. And we're just gonna head straight to the back. So it's oldest licensed hotel since 1866. This is the part we like the best. Inside they got pool, eating inside over there. They've got pokies, and then you got the pub. They've got lots of different deals, and it's Wednesday today, so you can get a pot and parma or a burger and parma. Sorry, burger and pot. But then this is a menu. I'm not going to go right through it because
Like 6 pages.
it's 1,000 pages long, and there is a lot of parmesanas. So our meals are here. Adam ended up getting the
So I've got pork ribs
ribs
with a plum sauce. Chips.
and I'm going with the vegetarian lasagna. Thought it was something different, and you can get inside. And Adam probably needs to go to get some veggies and salad to go with it as part of your meals. Well, they're inside.
Oh, it's self-serve. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
self-serve.
self-serve. Oh.
Yeah, so you can go in and grab them. All right, just finished dinner. It's quite delicious. Adam liked his. I liked mine, but we're both full now. And I'll just turn the camera around because it's very pixelated because it's very dark out here. So there's quite a bit of seating out here. Big parties and things. And then you've got a pool table out here also. Earlier when we got here, these gates were open. They've closed now because they're about to close. But if you look over here, you've got the water right along there. Oh, well, we're back from dinner, back in the hotel room. I thought, why not take advantage of the spa since we've got one in the room? So I poured myself a glass of wine. Cheers. Okay, it's our last day in town. I thought I'd get up early, leave Adam and Twyla back at the hotel, and I'm heading out for a walk, and I'm going to go check out the sunrise if I can find it. It's a bit overcast, and also I'm looking for a good coffee. All right, I've walked down to watch the sunrise at the Wentworth Wharf, and this is it here. So this was a very, very busy wharf back in the day. There's some information at the top, so I'm going to head up there, but I just thought I'll show you from down here, and whilst I show you that, we'll watch the sun come up. Also, I should let you know, that's where we ate tea last night. So when those gates were open, we did have a view of the water when it was if it was daylight, but we just got there a little bit too late. All right, the birds are out now. I can hear them all singing, and just going down to the end of the pier. And you got this chap here. I jumped when I walked on the pier first because I thought this was a real person. But it was a real person back in the day. It was Captain John Egg, and he was he'd been a cook, he'd been a few things. He came out from China in 1830. There's a lot of information there, but I don't even know if you'll be able to read it because it curves around the pole. But pretty much he built himself up. He had about 8 kids. He got married, had about 8 kids. He owned so many paddle steamers. His business grew. He owned shops. So yeah, he's a pretty big part of the history of the river. So that hence why he's got his own statue here. But there is quite a nice grass area here if you wanted to come down just for a picnic or something. And then if you walk down to the end of the pier, it just takes you down to the water edge. And there you go. And that was the bridge that Adam and I crossed yesterday. So that lifts up in the middle when boats come through. I think we saw the sign that said about 4 or 5 times a day, if it needs to, because sometimes there is no boats. But I wish there was one so I could show you. All right, this is what I've been waiting for. Beautiful sunrise. Look at that. It looks absolutely stunning. I need to get next to the water so I can get that reflection and a few pelicans in the sky. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. This is why I like getting up in the morning and going for my walks, to get views like this. How stunning is this? Oh, you just got to wait till it peaks and boom. You get about 10 minutes of this pleasure. Then I'm going to get a coffee because I really need one. All right, got my coffee, so I'm happy. But I thought I'd come show you the Wentworth Courthouse, built in 1880. And I'm pretty sure this still is the current courthouse as well. And then you got the Wentworth police station next door. All right, I'm just on a bit of a walking path that walks straight past the caravan park. So if you do come here and you haven't got an Adam with you that wants to stay in a hotel, just joking. This is the caravan park. So I'll go to the front of it so you can see which one it is. It's quite a nice park. It sits right along the river, as you can see there. And it's got the amenities in the middle. You've got, there's a few cabins towards the front of the park. All right, so this is the name of the park. If you want to stay here, the best news, the news that we always love to see, is it is pet friendly, guys. All right, I'm back from my walk. Now we're going to pack the van and hit the road. We have all packed up, ready to go. So we're just going to head around the street to another cafe to grab a coffee for the road trip. I thought we'd come down and try the coffee from the news agency. So it's a coffee, it's got, basically there's a spot out the back you can sit if you've got a dog, or out the front. It's a news agency, Tesoro Place, plus also it's got coffee and food. All right, Adam's got our road trip supplies.
Breakfast, massive coffee for you.
Oh, good.
All for us, we can have some, but and juice. And you've got your cheese ham. Actually, got 2 different types: cheese ham toasty.
Yep.
And then a ham tomato onion toasty.
Ham, tomato, onion toasty.
Yeah.
That's very different.
Yeah.
And I suppose the onion one's for me.
Yeah.
Gonna give me bad breath.
So now we can hit the road.
Okay, we're ready for the road trip home. Time to go. Really enjoyed this place. It's a small town that packs a big punch, and I think more people need to come here. It has been really super quiet, and that caravan park I showed you today looked so good. If I had known about it, I reckon I could have talked Adam out of staying at the motel.
Oh, there'd be another time. So, and the town's quiet. There's a lot of interesting facts and points of interest in the town. So, more than a handful, more than 1 or 2. You have a couple of days worth of interesting things to see and do.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
and just to relax,
sand dunes.
Yeah, sand dunes. Who knew there was sand dunes here?
Things to see in the area. The Possum Man.
And the big hero is the tractor, who that saved the town. Really, all the tractors that the farmers built the levee with. So there you go. All right, guys. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you're new to the channel, you just found us, go down the bottom, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us.
And we'll see you next Sunday at 5 p.m.
We'll see you then.
See
you guys.